Rainbow Six Siege has two kinds of operators, attack and defense, so you have to be good with at least two of them. Or you can be like me and be bad at everyone. Hello, I'm the lowest rank possible and I'm gonna tell you which character to play. I will only cover the operators you get with the standard edition. I ain't paying money for a guaranteed demonetized video, so everyone please don't play the DLC ops until I tell you to. Why should you listen to my advice? I only have 60 hours in the game. 59 of those were in single player. But in those 40 minutes of actual matches, I learned everything. I have also been in several hostage situations in real life, on both sides. And let me tell you, real special forces don't have special attacks. A bit inaccurate, Ubi. I think what happened is that these are the counters in game, and these are the Ubisofties that made the game, so they couldn't ask anyone. Alas. What operator should you main? Let's start with Fuse, a member of Spetsnaz. They are from Metal Gear Solid. He's a slow and loud Uzbeki guy, not sure if that's a stereotype. His ability is throwing 5 grenades into a room, destroying all furniture. And the hostage. It should also destroy the biohazard container, killing the entire city. But when he doesn't turn a hostage into Stroganoff, he can be very efficient, although extremely risky. His description says that he made his cluster bomb himself. That's insane. What kind of special force allows homemade equipment? What about his coworker, Glaz? Glaz gun has a scope. Every gun has a scope, but a special it has thermal vision, which means Glaz can find out which enemy operators are hotties. Yes, he's the game's sniper, so just hang in the back and grab vodka and just piss in a bucket. But you want to rush in before your last teammate is dead. It's important not to be the last person alive in your team, because that will give you heart problems. Everyone is judging you and your pathetic attempts at playing. Although the real reason you should not play him is because of the obvious pun. His name is Glass, and he uses glass to see further. The Rainbow team needs to know this is not okay. Puns don't require IQ. Her description doesn't actually say what she does, just that she's perfect in every way. Ah, writer for an animated sci-fi series. She has this thing that can see all electric stuff, therefore she can easily be replaced by someone who's allergic to electricity, because they would sense it. Obviously that person wouldn't be as good looking, but harder to beat. IQ will say, I can see anything with ein battery, yeah. So she can easily be countered by having one guy generate electricity on a bike, or just plug all equipment into socket. Also, if you play her, everyone will think you're a huge nerd. And what's the opposite of a nerd? Exactly, a German field marshal. Pick Blitz for some motherfucking blitzkrieg. If it works for an army, it works with 5 people. Everyone behind you and charge in. No one wants to join me. You guys are all terrible at this game. Blitz has a shield, and on that shield there is a flashlight, so you can make your opponent's eyes hurt a whittle. What a useless invention. They should have put a flamethrower on it or something. They buffed his speed, but it still says slow. Honestly, you embarrass yourself if you play him. A shield? Really? What is this, the 1300s? We need a sci-fi op. Like Twitch. I thought she was an attempt to appeal to streamers, but there's no operator named YouTube Gaming. She's a French girl from the city, Nancy. Has 2 drones that shoot shock darts. Perfect for destroying cameras, or more likely used to get free assists. Her drones are slower, quieter and can't jump. But the jumping is the sound that breeds fear into your enemies. Great at sharing info for teammates though, if you can trust her. From France, but none of her voice lines are in French. Ubisoft Montreal wouldn't make that mistake. She's not who she says she is. Another wine person is Montagne. Montagne is French and means... I'm kidding. It's not French, dumbass. They've just misspelled montage. He's called that because playing him will be a montage of you getting shot in the back or dying from grenades. He has a shield. It's awesome that shields are still useful after all this time. It completely covers him instead of having a dumb gimmick, Blitz. But you are slow, and that makes you paranoid. What was that thing Blitz said about your wife? And by the time you realize what has happened, you get team killed. Team killing in Siege is never a mistake. Save your ass by playing Thermite, one of the most picked ops, and a member of SWAT, which stands for Super Whatever Anteaters. He gets picked because of his exclusive ability. Thermite puts termites on reinforced walls and they chew through the steel. Termites are insects related to cockroaches and exist on every landmass except Antarctica. What? Not termites? It's FBI developed thermite and a bomb. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. How would he get a hold of that? That sounds super expensive. Termites are cheap. I pay 10 euros for a kilo. Anyways, termites can't actually chew through steel, so this won't work. Ash on the other hand. Ash is who you should play if you want to prove you're not an anti-Semite. Ash is a member of Israel's International Diabetes Federation. They have an exchange program with the FBI. That's adorable. Her special ability is a fucking grenade launcher. What do you use it for? Anything. A grenade launcher is useful in literally every situation. No one has ever said, man, I sure wish I didn't have a grenade launcher right now. She's also small and fast and hard to hit, and because of that you will feel no sense of danger, you'll get sloppy and dead. How about Thatcher? He's a member of the SAS, which stands for Special Air Service. Sounds like a delivery company. And that's what they are, very passionate postman. He throws an EMP grenade that destroys all electric equipment. So does a hose. You don't need all this expensive gear. Also, Thatcher is 56 years old. His back can't handle this. What if he retires one day? Now your main is gone, and you have to play as Sledge. Why do all the Brits have gas masks? London is not that smelly. Sledge has a sledgehammer. That's the laziest solution I've ever heard. The defenders are using super advanced high-tech gear. What do we do? Lads, let me go check me garage. Sledge can destroy, well, anything that you can destroy with a sledgehammer. It's not rocket science, it's not even normal science. The only character without headphones, so you can hear footsteps better, but you will have no idea what's going on. Unlike Ash, he uses a cell phone. Sadly, he's 192 centimeters. In American measurements, that's about 0.0012 miles, so kinda tall. That makes you easier to hit. Also, you make all the manlets insecure, and that's mean. Bombs, hostages, and biohazard containers. How do you protect them? You use smoke. One of the most picked operators in professional play, because he looks cool. I can't think of any other reason. Seriously, he has gas bombs, but the Brits have gas masks and these guys are covering their mouths, so there's like hundreds of counters. Maybe the reason they pick him is because you can play aggressive, because he smokes, so he won't live very long. Wait, maybe his high pick rate is guerrilla marketing from tobacco companies. What a useless operator. Unlike Mute. So don't play him. And that midget is still decapitated. At least you know what his special ability is. Unlike Bandit. Watched videos of people playing him, I don't think he has one. These boxes he's carrying doesn't seem to do anything. I think his logo is lightning because you have to have lightning fast reflexes. Or it could be because he's fast. Nah, that can't be it. Real pros use crawling 100% of the time. People say he has good guns. Why would special forces use bad guns? This operator doesn't make any sense. Another speedy boy is Jaeger. He has robots that intercept grenades. Yep, a character that lets you see fewer explosions, how fun. He stands out that way. Jaeger is the only character that doesn't look like a badass, right? He looks like it's Friday afternoon and he only has a little bit of work left, then he can go home and watch Deutschland's beste Singermann. Jaeger means hunter in German and Swedish, but it can also mean black drink for teenagers. We will never know what he's referring to. Playing him sends the wrong message. Apparently he's a genius inventor, so he shouldn't be in the field. We need them back home. Fighting is for tanks, like Rook. His ability is to give your team armor plates. Yes, his ability has a 100% success rate. You have to be very incompetent to mess this up. I'm gonna place these plates outside to share with my new attacker friends. On the other hand, your allies can obviously mess this up. Every time. They will never grab all the plates. Here's a buff idea. Newer cars make loud sounds when someone hasn't put on a seatbelt. This bag should play a fucking air siren until everyone puts on armor. Until fixed, he's a waste. He can increase survival, yeah, but so can Doc. A guy named Doc. This entire game is a complete ripoff of Team Fortress 2. Doc is the only healer hero. If this was any other game, he would have a 100% pick rate. He's also slow, which doesn't make sense. He's a doctor, he's supposed to be fit and healthy. That made me think about his name, Gustav Doc Kateb. Shouldn't it be Dr. Gustav Doc Kateb? I think this might just be a random guy with an amphetamine gun. And impersonating a physician is worse than taking a hostage. For checking heartbeats, you can play as Pulse. He can sorta kinda see through walls so you can tell your teammates where the attackers are. Obviously this requires communication, and you all know I'm the second greatest communicator in history, after Vlad the Impaler. He impaled people, everyone got that message. So let me teach you the art of the teamspeak. Start with a friendly opening.
Hey guys!
Yeah, this dude sounds like an asshole, let's kick him.
Maybe I was a bit too forward. I'll try to be more neutral.
Hello.
What the fuck? This guy's so neutral. I want decisive teammates. Let's kick him!
Seriously? Okay then, letting other people speak first this time.
Yeah, keep the bombs protected.
I can hear you breathing. Let's...
You know what? Pro tip, mute all communication. You don't need them. And screw Pulse! Castle. I read online people consider Castle good in the right hands. Which is another way of saying he's terrible. His ability is to put up slightly stronger walls. And that's great if you want to irritate your own team. Literally everyone counters him. Since the first Rainbow Six game, I think you should be buff by turning him into a literal castle. Then have him function like a castle in chess. But if you want to play him right now, bring some sausages for your camping. And while you're in the forest, remember first rule of survival. Don't get spotted by pre-game drones. Kapkan has entry denial devices. What a PC way of saying door bombs. They are easy to counter, just think before you act. That's not gonna happen. Good thing they don't kill you. They do 45 damage on heavy armor, that's a fucking paper cut. He also has a screwdriver, which would be even more useful, but he refuses to use it for stuff. Reading his description tells us that he's a creepy weirdo, and playing him makes you a creepy weirdo. So, finally, Tachanka. Considered by most to be the worst in the game. And Ubisoft intends to keep it that way. As long as he is the worst, no one will complain about their main being the worst. He is a complaint diffuser. Yeah, you should play Tachanka. No, you should only play Tachanka. If you don't start as defense, leave. Actually no, they should remove all other operators so everyone, attack or defense, is Tachanka. Then change the name to Rainbow Six Tachanka. Turrets everywhere. My point is uninstall this game and play Rainbow Six 1, and that is the Killian experience.